The universe is ancient beyond comprehension, billions of years old, stretching across an incomprehensible expanse of time and space. In that vast ocean of stars, there are countless worlds, planets circling distant suns, silent and waiting. The sheer number of them is staggering, with hundreds of billions of galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars, each potentially harboring planets capable of supporting life. And yet, despite all this, we hear nothing. No signals, no evidence, no grand interstellar civilizations stretching across the cosmos. We look up into the sky, and it is silent. This is the paradox, the mystery that haunts the human mind, the Fermi paradox. Where is everyone? The answer may be something terrifying, something inescapable. The great filter, an unseen wall that stops civilizations before they can reach out into the galaxy. If the great filter is behind us, then we are incredibly lucky, the rare exception that made it through when almost nothing else did. If it lies ahead, then we are doomed, blindly walking toward the same fate that has silenced every other civilization before us. Life on Earth emerged early in our planet's history, forming from the chaotic swirl of chemicals in the primordial oceans. But while organic molecules may be common in the universe, the leap from chemistry to biology might be nearly impossible. If that is the filter, then we live in a universe filled with dead, sterile worlds, places where the right ingredients exist, but the final, miraculous step never happens. Perhaps life itself is a fluke, a cosmic accident that has only occurred once in the entire history of the universe. Yet, if simple life is common, then the great filter must be further down the road. It could be the transition from simple to complex life, a jump that took billions of years on Earth. Multicellular organisms appeared late in our planet's history, after billions of years of nothing but single-celled microbes. If the great filter is here, then the universe may be full of bacteria-like life forms, but almost nothing beyond that. No intelligent minds, no civilizations. But what if intelligence itself is the bottleneck? It took 4 billion years for life on Earth to produce a species capable of abstract thought, and even then it was not inevitable. Dinosaurs ruled the planet for millions of years but never built a civilization. Other intelligent animals like dolphins, whales, and certain primates exhibit remarkable cognition, yet they never made the leap to technological advancement. Perhaps intelligence itself is exceedingly rare, an evolutionary dead end that almost never leads to the creation of societies capable of expanding beyond their home planet. Yet, here we are, humans, the anomaly, the strange and unlikely result of evolutionary forces. We have crossed all of those barriers. We have achieved consciousness, technology, the ability to shape our environment. If the great filter were behind us, we would expect to see others like us, civilizations that have made it through and begun colonizing the stars. But we see nothing. This suggests something horrifying, that the great filter is not behind us, but ahead. A civilization that reaches a certain level of technological sophistication may inevitably destroy itself. Nuclear war, environmental collapse, artificial intelligence run amok, biotechnological disasters. There are countless ways an advanced species could end itself before ever stepping beyond its home planet. It may be that every civilization that advances far enough to develop spacefaring capabilities eventually stumbles into catastrophe, a self-inflicted extinction before it can ever reach the stars. The silence of the universe may not be due to the absence of life, but the inevitability of self-destruction. And yet, there is another possibility, something more terrifying than self-inflicted extinction. What if civilizations do not destroy themselves, but instead something else destroys them? A predator, a force, natural or artificial, that ensures no civilization survives long enough to become a galactic power. Imagine a universe where something hunts intelligent life, something that waits in the darkness for a species to reveal itself. A civilization that broadcasts its existence, that reaches out with radio signals, maybe signing its own death warrant. The idea is chilling. If there is something in the cosmos that eliminates advanced civilizations, then the silence of the universe is not a mystery. It is a warning. The reason we see no grand galactic empires is because none are allowed to exist. Those that grow too bold, too noticeable, are simply removed. And here we are. Humanity in its infancy as a spacefaring species, sending probes beyond our solar system, beaming signals into the void, calling out into the abyss without knowing who or what might be listening. If the great filter is ahead of us, we may be the next to vanish, another whisper lost in the cosmic void. But there is one final possibility, one that is as hopeful as it is terrifying. What if we are the first? What if we are the beginning, the pioneers of intelligence in an otherwise empty universe? It is a daunting thought. If we are alone, then all the potential of life, all the possibility of consciousness rests on us. We are the ones who must explore, who must expand, who must ensure that intelligence does not flicker and die before it ever truly begins. And so we stand at the edge of the unknown, staring into the abyss, uncertain of what lies ahead. The great filter may be behind us, or it may be waiting. The silence of the universe may be emptiness, or it may be something else entirely. The only way to know is to keep moving forward, to push beyond the limits of our understanding, to take the next step into the unknown, until we find the answer, or until we become just another echo in the void. Perhaps the most unsettling realization about the great filter is that we do not know whether it lies behind us or ahead. If the filter is in our past, then humanity has already overcome the most formidable barriers to intelligence, civilization, and survival. But if it still awaits us, lurking somewhere in our future, then it suggests a doom that few, if any, intelligent species ever escape. This is the paradox at the heart of our silence in the cosmos. Either we are incredibly lucky, or we are marching toward an inevitable catastrophe. The search for extraterrestrial life has often been framed as a hopeful endeavor, a quest to find companionship in the vast, cold expanse of space. But the logic of the great filter turns this assumption on its head. The more we scan the skies and find nothing, the more we must ask whether this emptiness is actually a blessing. Because if we were to discover clear evidence of an advanced alien civilization, it would mean the great filter is likely still ahead. If life is common and intelligence arises frequently, but the stars remain silent, then something must be destroying these civilizations before they can become truly interstellar. One of the most haunting possibilities is that the great filter takes the form of self-destruction. We look at our own history and see the seeds of catastrophe everywhere. Nuclear war, uncontrolled artificial intelligence, environmental collapse, pandemics engineered or natural. Technological advancement is a double-edged sword, giving us the power to shape the world, but also to annihilate ourselves. What if intelligence itself is a fatal mutation, a trait that inevitably leads to self-inflicted extinction before species can spread beyond its home planet? Yet there are other, more external possibilities. Cosmic disasters, gamma-ray bursts, supernovae, rogue planets. There are forces in the universe so powerful that they could obliterate an entire civilization without warning. If interstellar societies are rare, it could be because the cosmos is simply too hostile to sustain them for long. Or perhaps the great filter is something even more insidious, something we have not yet imagined, an existential threat waiting to be discovered. But there is another, even darker hypothesis. The great filter is not a passive barrier, but an active force. What if something out there ensures that civilizations never rise too far? A hidden predator, a cosmic intelligence that eradicates any species that becomes too advanced. Some researchers have speculated that this could be the answer to the Fermi paradox. The universe is not empty but silent, because those who speak too loudly do not last long. This idea, known as the dark forest theory, suggests that the safest thing any civilization can do is to remain hidden, never drawing attention to itself. If this is true, then humanity's increasing broadcasts into space are not a hopeful beacon but a dangerous gamble, announcing our presence to forces we do not understand. The implications of the great filter ripple into our understanding of our own future. If it is behind us, then we may be one of the rare few to have passed the test, standing on the precipice of an interstellar age. But if it is still ahead, then our greatest challenges are yet to come. Every step forward, every new technology, every experiment pushing the boundaries of physics carries with it the risk of uncovering the reason the universe is silent. This is why some scientists argue that the most important discovery in human history may not be the confirmation of extraterrestrial life, but the continued absence of it. If we are truly alone, it might be the best news we could ever receive. Because if we find others, it may mean that our time is running out. The final question remains, are we destined to be the first to break through the great filter, or just another in a long line of civilizations doomed to fall before it?